I can tell you what was going on here. Around the third quarter, after the second interception, the Kobe Turner one, where they're down 16 points, you have the article written. Darnold can't win a big game. He pees down his leg whenever it matters. And once again, Darnold's going to hold a team back from getting to where they want to get. He completely rewrote his own narrative. Suddenly they are in the driver's seat in the NFC West. They are in the driver's seat in the NFC. And if you're looking at the landscape of the entire NFL, they might be in the driver's seat for the Super Bowl right now over the way he played over the final 15 minutes.
The script in Seattle has been completely rewritten. For years, the Seahawks were the NFL's quintessential middle-class team. They were led by Geno Smith, a serviceable veteran starter who provided stability after the Russell Wilson era, but lacked the transcendent it factor to push the team past the 10-7 plateau. The defense had individual stars, but no cohesive soul. The offense had explosive receivers like DK Metcalf, but a porous offensive line and a predictable scheme that made them a one-trick pony. Then came the 2025 offseason. Second-year head coach Mike Macdonald was given the keys to the kingdom, and he immediately chose to tear down the walls. Today, the 12-3 Seattle Seahawks are no longer stuck, they are a complete juggernaut. They have conquered the NFC West and are 2 games away from securing home field advantage throughout the playoffs. This is the story of how a reclamation project quarterback, a superstar receiver, and a defensive mastermind turned the Pacific Northwest into the most feared destination in football.
Sam rolls out near side, throw is made, touchdown, Seahawks!
To build the 2025 Seahawks, Mike Macdonald and GM John Schneider had to be ruthless. The quote-unquote great purge of the 2025 offseason will be studied by front offices for decades. It wasn't just about moving on from players, it was about moving on from an identity. Let's begin with the Geno Smith trade. After leading the team to a 10-7 record in 2024, Geno Smith was traded to Las Vegas. The move was calculated, sell high on a veteran whose ceiling has been reached. Then, perhaps one of the more shocking moves of the offseason was trading Pro Bowler DK Metcalf to the Pittsburgh Steelers. While Metcalf was a physical marvel, the Seahawks viewed his contract and his big player bust nature as a hurdle to be balanced, rhythmic offense Clint Kubiak wanted to install. They also released a franchise legend like Tyler Lockett, which was the final signal that the Pete Carroll era was officially over. The draft was a secondary phase of the purge. The Seahawks focused on the grown man positions. They selected Gray Zabel, an absolute mountain from North Dakota State, to anchor the offensive line. Zabel brought a mean streak that had been missing for years, transforming the unit from a liability into an upper-tier protection group. On the other side of the ball, they drafted Nicky Monwari, a 6'3" safety from South Carolina whose combination of size and 4'3" speed made him the perfect Swiss Army knife for Macdonald's complex defensive rotations. The most critical hire of the offseason wasn't just a player, it was the offensive coordinator in Clint Kubiak. Kubiak brought a refined, modern version of the West Coast offense that prioritized balance, motion, and most importantly, protecting the quarterback.
From the 48-yard line, play action. He's going to come back the other way, taken by Walker. Lots of room to roam inside the 30, gets a couple of blocks, he'll get inside the 10.
When the Seahawks signed Sam Darnold, the NFL media kind of scoffed. He was the quintessential bust who had recently found a pulse in Minnesota, but Seattle saw something different, a quarterback with elite natural talent who had never been given a disciplined, high-level scheme. Under Kubiak, Darnold has continued his career resurrection. Through 15 games, he has 3,703 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and a 100.6 passer rating. Darnold is not just managing games, he is winning them. His internal clock has been recalibrated, and with a mostly healthy offensive line, they have been providing him clean pockets. He has become one of the league's most efficient intermediate to deep passers. The promotion of Jackson Smith-Njigba to the wide receiver 1 role was the catalyst of the entire offense. Without Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, JSN became the focal point, and he responded by leading the NFL in receiving. On the year, he has 104 receptions, 1,637 receiving yards, and 10 touchdowns. JSN's ability to win at the line of scrimmage and find soft spots in zone coverage has made him Sam Darnold's security blanket. He isn't just a slot receiver anymore, he is a complete 3-level threat who broke DK Metcalf's single-season franchise yardage record in just 14 weeks. While the offense has been prolific, the Mike Macdonald defense is what makes Seattle a Super Bowl contender. Macdonald installed a culture of MOB ties, mission over BS, emphasizing collective accountability over individual flair. On the season, they ranked 2nd in opponents' points per game, 7th in opponents' yards per game, and 8th in opponents' touchdowns per game. The defense is built on the illusion of pressure. Macdonald uses hybrid players like Nicky Monwari and veteran DeMarcus Lawrence to mask blitzes, making the quarterback see ghosts before the snap. Monwari has emerged as a Defensive Rookie of the Year contender, acting as a heat-seeking missile in the run game and a ball hawk in the secondary.
He's going to throw it near side. Getting into the mess of things. Ball is tipped up in the air. An interception, and it's Witherspoon.
Stole it from behind.
All of these stats and the rebuild narratives were put to the ultimate test on December 18th, the battle for the NFC West between the 11-3 Seattle Seahawks and the 11-3 Los Angeles Rams was the most anticipated game of the week. It was a game of two halves, a game of weirdness, and ultimately a game that defined the new Seattle. The game started as a nightmare for Seattle. Matthew Stafford was surgical, targeting Puka Nacua relentlessly. Nacua was playing like a man possessed, finishing the night with 12 catches for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Rams took a 13-7 lead into halftime, but most importantly, they were physically bullying the Seahawks at the line of scrimmage. The Seahawks came out of the locker room with fire, regaining the lead 14-13 on a massive 55-yard touchdown run by Kenneth Walker. However, the Rams responded with a field goal and a defensive touchdown. After Sam Darnold threw an interception to Josh Wallace, Blake Corum punched it in to give the Rams a 23-14 lead. Early in the fourth quarter, Stafford hit Nacua for a 1-yard touchdown, extending the lead to 30-14. Lumen Field was dead silent. The same old Seahawks narrative was beginning to stir. The comeback started with a spark from a new face. Rashid Shaheed, the All-Pro returner acquired midseason, took a punt 58 yards to the house. Darnold then hit Cooper Kupp in a sweet bit of revenge against his former team for the 2-point conversion. The score then was 30-22. After the defense got a stop, the offense took the field. Down by 8 points, needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, Sam Darnold would hit A.J. Barner for a 26-yard touchdown. Then, one of the craziest plays of the season would happen on the 2-point conversion. Darnold received the snap and would throw the ball quickly to an intended wide receiver screen. The pass went incomplete, or so we thought. The refs would review the play and determine that somehow the conversion was successful, due to the pass being a backwards pass and had a clear recovery in the end zone by Zach Charbonnet. The game was officially tied. The game would go into overtime. The Rams got the ball first. Stafford did not blink as he marched LA for an easy touchdown drive, capped off by Puka Nacua with a 41-yard touchdown. Under the playoff-style overtime rules, Seattle had one position to respond. Darnold was legendary on this drive, converting 2 third-and-longs. He eventually would find JSN for a 4-yard touchdown, making the score 37-36. Instead of kicking the extra point to continue the game, Mike Macdonald held up 2 fingers. He wasn't going for the tie, he was going for the kill shot. Darnold took the snap, went through 1 read, 2 read, and 3 reads, and found his backup tight end Eric Sauber in the front of the end zone for a successful 2-point conversion. Final score, Seattle 38, LA 37. The win over the LA Rams put the Seattle Seahawks in pole position for the #1 seed in the NFC West. They have proven they can win in the trenches, they can win throughout a high-volume passing attack, and they can win through the sheer force of coaching will. Sam Darnold has silenced the ghost of his past, JSN has established himself as the premier receiver in the game, and Mike Macdonald has proved that his culture of 12 as 1 is the most dangerous force in the league. With 2 games left against the Browns and the Cardinals, the math is simple. If the Seahawks win out, the road to the Super Bowl will go through the deafening, rain-soaked chaos of Lumen Field. And based on what we saw on Thursday night, there is not a team in the NFL that wants to make that trip. But you guys let me know in the comment section below. Can Seattle actually win a Super Bowl, and will they actually make it far in the playoffs? And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.